Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Malik Roberts, coming straight from Brooklyn, live in London for the first time. And you're watching VIPER magazine.
My name's Exhibit 69, and I am presenting for VIPER magazine. We have, all the way from the USA, the multi-talented artist. Does a lot of stuff, man. You get me? To a high level.
Do a lot of things,
you get
do
me?
A lot of things, yeah. But
Malik Roberts, man.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Yeah, appreciate
Love.
you, bro. Yeah.
Nah, come on, bro.
Appreciate it.
Love.
Been getting a lot of love out here since I've been out here.
Yeah, man. How was the flight? And
Flight and everything was great. Everything went well. Yeah. I didn't really get a chance to walk the streets too much. I think I went to Brick Lane for a little bit and walked over there. That's the name of it, right?
Yeah,
Like
Brick
on
Lane.
the
Yeah.
backside.
Brick Lane's all right still.
Yeah,
it's like the art capital of
Okay.
London, and you could arguably say England still.
Okay,
Yeah.
smooth. It reminded me like the Lower East Side and shit.
Yeah, you gotta go to like Brixton, Hackney.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Yeah, that's the sound I'm trying to get to. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of culture as far as music style and all, just like New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've
so
been getting that up.
from music to style, we got everything over here as well. Still, you get me? So you guys got to come back and check it out properly. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask just a series of questions, just run through, just to give the audience a kind of like a snapshot of you, and how you work and how you approach art and the business and so forth towards it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
So how did you get into art, and what was your first experience that drew you to the creative domain?
I got into artwork because my father's side of the family are like just naturally talented artists. So like my father could draw really well, my uncle can draw really well. I've heard stories of my grandfather being able to draw back in Trinidad really well. So like it was more of a natural talent thing. So as I was a kid, I don't know, I always ask for art supplies, and it was always something that was geared towards me. And
How old were you?
I got pictures of me in kindergarten standing in front of an easel, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got pictures of me when I'm 5, 6 years old in front of an easel with a paintbrush. So I've been doing this for a long time, you know what I mean?
Amazing.
So it's always just been like a natural talent to me. I've always been drawn to it. I've always been drawn to being creative and creating artwork. But the first time it really stood out to me was when I was in the 4th grade. I did a drawing for my art class, and the art teacher came to me and asked me to come, and I was able to skip like 2 periods. So she asked me to come paint the backgrounds for the school play. So when I was able to go over there and paint the background for the school play, that was the first time I ever got an opportunity that was like outside of what school and what might be, for me to do some artwork.
Was it then that you knew you wanted to do this full time, or did
like
you have
the
other
first spark
experiences?
That was like, yeah, I know this is something there. There's something there, yeah. So that just drew me to keep doing it from that day forth. Into high school. High school, I got really known for doing artwork as well. Started painting the backgrounds of schools. Started selling some T-shirts. Selling artwork to some of the teachers at times. Doing portraits of the teachers and stuff like that. So yeah, I've always.
So you quite received a lot of support from a young age from your family and also peers.
I felt like everybody already knew. It was like a destined type thing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've done some research in regards, to your work and yourself. I've seen you work with a lot of different brands. I've also seen you present, your work to the Pope. And they took it on, Black Jesus, which is amazing. Amazing achievement, and you traveled from state to state, and then you've flown over to the UK as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, how do you negotiate being an artist, marketer, and businessman? And out of all 3 of them, what would you say is the most important?
How I negotiate is I have to compartmentalize it in a way. I have to break it down. First and foremost, being an artist is the most important, because without that, I feel like there's no business to sell. There's nothing to market.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Because if your shit is trash, then your shit is trash. But that's a different conversation. But
it could be loaded. We could be here for all through the exhibition. You get me?
But yeah. So I think being an artist is the most important thing, and marketing I would say is second, because it's how you kind of build yourself and how you build the lore and the story and the narrative. That's what I really find as an artist when it comes to the work that I create is there's like a narrative and like a story, and there's almost like a lore that I've created. When you see my work, it has like a staple and it has a stamp to it. So I feel like marketing myself. And what was the third one?
The third part of it, businessman.
Oh, businessman. And yes, and then being a businessman. Businessman is very important, but it's a little bit harder when working within these lines and these constraints nowadays. Not really constraints, but just the way that the market is set up. Well, when you're selling artwork nowadays, it's a little bit different. And I was having this conversation with my friend last night, where it's the leverage has now become more in the artist's hands, I feel, because a lot of times now, if you garner enough viewership and enough eyes on the internet, you can kind of get some of these numbers that you're asking for without necessarily having to go the traditional route and going through these galleries and stuff. But it's also very important as a businessman to know when to put somebody that knows better in a position to help you grow what you need to do.
Indeed.
Yeah, and never get too stuck on you being the only person that's handling and crossing the dots and the T's for everything, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a very good answer, man, because, there's a lot of artists over here that, they would approach me and would speak and, share information and so forth. So to get that type of knowledge from other artists as well, someone like yourself who is, who has a passion for it, but has made it their career as well. It's very important for, the younger generation and also the older generation as well. There's a lot of talented people out there that, they probably had to stop doing art for whatever reason, and it doesn't die when it's in your heart.
You'll still end up sketching on a piece of napkin somewhere. Of
course. If you got a pencil in your hand,
you're gonna doodle something.
You're gonna do something.
Yeah.
If your paintings could transfer to an audio soundtrack, who would create it, or what feeling would it give?
If my paintings could get transferred into an audio soundtrack, it'll probably be created more by maybe Hans Zimmerman or some shit like that.
Yeah, classical.
Like classical. I really, for me, when I create my artwork, my paintings, I believe it's more I need more like a soundtrack. Yeah, the soundtrack to it is more I'm blanking right now. What's the music for a movie?
A score.
A score. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why I was blanking out. But yes, when I create my artwork, I create it more with the idea of a movie scene. So the subjects and the subject matter, I feel like it feels like you're looking into or peering in, being like a voyeur and watching in on something. So yeah, Hans Zimmer, I think, will be the person I would want to create this to create the music for it.
Yeah, that's a
some shit like that.
Powerful.
Something big.
Proper. We went to go and see Hans Zimmer and John Williams.
I
believe. I mean, like an orchestra.
Yeah, the orchestra.
Was it? I forgot where it was, but it was powerful.
Yeah.
I actually shed a little thug to it. I can't even lie. You know what I mean?
But that shit hits you live and direct. That's like the real feeling, the real emotion, the real passion that you're getting from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But that's the emotion and passion I would like to evoke with the pieces that I create. So I think he'll be perfect.
Have you faced any obstacles or setbacks as an artist, and how did you overcome them? And what advice would you give to aspiring artists facing the same challenges?
Yeah, I faced obstacles and setbacks as an artist, but same question that you had before when it's like you're an artist and a businessman and a marketer. You wear so many hats that a lot of times you might falter in certain areas. But it's all about learning, like I was saying, and learning where to put people in the right positions to help you grow in those spots where you may be weak. And never being too weak to not to adjust and make those adjustments to put people in those positions so your shit can grow. So yeah, I've had some setbacks. I've spent money on shit that didn't all the way go through. You know what I mean? I've had shows. I had a show that was supposed to open up during the pandemic, and 4 days before the show was supposed to open, the whole gallery in the world shut down. So you know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
So I had a lot of opportunities during that year that just went to the wayside that I could never really get back.
What made you keep on carrying on?
I carry on because it's nothing. It's like from my soul, my essence. Like if I was born in any other time period, I would have been this, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't matter where I was at, what I was doing. I was just kind of destined to be this. So for me, the thing that kept me going is understanding that there's gonna be peaks and valleys. You know what I mean? There's gonna be highs and lows, and understand that you can't sit in the low for too long.
What's your favorite era of art?
Oh, I'm like a Baroque period, nigga. I like Caravaggio shit. You know what I mean? I like
kind of dark still.
Yeah, kind of dark. Yeah, like single light source type shit.
Yeah, shading, the shadings.
Yeah. So I felt like it was, what I was going with at the time was when I started really focusing on a Caravaggio style was I was working on the show Black and Blue, and it was about mental health in Black and brown communities. So at that point, I really wanted to spotlight the subjects and the things that I was speaking on. So I felt like the Baroque style was like a beautiful marriage of taking something from that era and that past and kind of reformatting it in a way that speaks to this time and my people and shit like that. Yeah.
How do you see your art evolving into the future?
In the future, I see my artworks evolving in a way. I want to create more of a design language and understand more of a design language. So I would like to get into doing like furniture, and like I'm into architecture. So I would like to maybe build some houses. I have this idea for this hotel I would like to do and shit like that. But outside of that part, you know, museum shows. You know, just taking it to whatever the next level may be. You know what I mean? Experimenting with different materials, you know, and different realities, whether it be the metaverse or this verse, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But just taking it to those levels, but definitely understanding, and the next level would be creating more of a design language and understanding, like, when you see this, maybe color, pattern, whatever it may be, then you'll know it's me. Yeah.
Well, I have to ask you about music.
Yeah.
What is your favorite genre of music?
My favorite genre of music is gonna be hip hop and rap. I'll be listening to a lot of trap. I like guttural shit. You know what I mean?
Who's your top 5, dead or alive?
Top 5 dead or alive? Oh shit. All right. Truthfully, it'll probably be, and this is no direct order. It'll be Biggie. Biggie's on my list just because Biggie has taken me through a lot of moments. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. It'll be Biggie. Ye is on my list. Jay, because I got a lot of knowledge in just how to be a businessman and a businessman. You know what I mean? That whole little double right there. So I've learned a lot from him. Wayne will have to be up there.
Mixtape Weezy.
Yeah. Mixtape Weezy. You gotta be. You know what I mean? That's.
You
couldn't miss. At that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's
even
different.
to this day, Wayne was drop some shit that's fucking was still blow niggas away. So like that. And for my 5. I ain't gonna lie. Damn. You know, for my 5, I'm gonna put Sosa in there. I'm gonna put Gucci in there. I'll put Gucci Man in there.
Yeah, Gucci.
Yeah, I put Gucci Man. Yeah, I put Big Gucci in there. Yeah. Guwap. Yeah.
I got him late still. But another successful businessman. He learned how to pattern up and move.
Yeah, Gucci. I seen his growth, and I watched his growth over the years. I'm a big Guwap fan. Yeah. So I'll be at my top 5.
So last question. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your latest show at Distasi.
Okay, so
what does it represent, and how long did it take to come up with the ideas and get through the paintings and so forth?
Well, this show is called The Double Up. It's about the mask that you wear and like the mask that you wear and the face that you want to show and the pieces of yourself that you don't want to show. So I wanted the mask to be more of a visible representation of what's going on, and you can kind of see and peer through some of the peepholes to look inside what might be going on inside the person. So I felt like this show, I wanted to take away, even because I do a lot of portraiture, I wanted to take away as much as the person I could and still try to show some kind of emotion and get some kind of emotion out of it. Also, with the shiesty being such a big thing in America, and like the balaclava, how they wear it over here, I thought it was a very, I don't know, it just ended up all being like a brilliant marriage is how I could show like
very seamless,
so I could show how our culture over there reflects your culture over here. So yeah, that was just the idea behind how the whole show came together. And it took me, I'm sorry, my bad. It took me like it took me like a couple months to actually do the whole show. I had a conversation with Mike back in December, and he told me he was thinking about doing a show in London. So I started with the idea maybe around February when I moved into my new studio. Started kind of cranking the ideas. I fucked with a few different ideas that I was like, and then just this whole mask and balaclava and shiesty and the way I be feeling sometimes, where it's like niggas be out here putting on for, you know what I mean? Just like
social media and all that
whole shit. So it's like that shit started kind of playing into the idea, and I just really liked the idea of just doing straight mask. So it took me about 5 months to put the whole show together till we got to this point. Shit, I was painting up until this morning. I was painting until the other night when I was finishing one of the pieces, touching shit up. So like,
that's how it goes, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a nice journey, but I'm glad that we're here.
I'm so happy you're here, man. Supporter of your work, fan of you, as a man first, through our conversations as well.
Yeah, appreciate that, brother.
So thank you so much. My name's Exhibit 69. I'm representing VIPER magazine, speaking with Malik Roberts.
Yeah, man, it's Malik, man.
Make sure you check out his work. What's your socials, my brother?
Oh, I'm on Instagram at malik.roberts.art. I really don't use anything else, but you can find me other places.
One more thing as well. Tell me about the collab, bro.
I did a collaboration with Camel Cognac 2 years ago. It's a limited edition bottle with my artwork on it. Flew me out to Cognac, France. Went to the distillery.
Beautiful.
We mixed a few flavors together and made something special. And to this day, it's a really nice cognac. I've been drinking that shit for the past 2 days.
Yeah, I'll try to get some of this myself, my brother. All right, thank you for your time, man. Much love, yeah?
Bless.
Love, brother. Peace.